Why have you broken your manifesto promise for a second time on national insurance?
We haven't.
You have?
No, we stuck to our manifesto. Our manifesto said that we will keep taxes on working people as low as possible. This is not hidden away.
And in doing so, you're breaching
papers.
a manifesto promise.
No.
Spoke a little earlier to the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, James Murray. And with the lifting of the two-child benefit cap, I asked him, how much in total is welfare spending going up over the next 5 years?
Well, let me just take head on the question about spending on welfare, because we inherited a welfare system that was broken, and I think everyone would accept that it was broken. And if you ask people, any of the last 10, 15 years under the previous government, people would say it's broken.
So how much is it going up over the next 5 years?
We set out our plans to get it down. We want it to change. We want the welfare system to change. We started making changes.
It's not coming
already.
down though, is it, over the next 5 years?
We started making changes already with the universal credit changes to make sure it doesn't pay more to be off sick than it does in work. We've made more changes today in terms of restricting mobility, in terms of extra.
That may be true, if I may pause you there. All of that is maybe true, but according to the OBR, welfare spending is going to rise by £73 billion over the next 5 years. And people know that your party's tried to reform welfare and make savings and failed, and yet you continue to say you will reform and cut welfare.
Well, no, we started already. We started already.
Is it coming down over the next 5 years, or is it rising?
No, because if you ask me...
Is it coming down over the next 5 years, or is it rising?
No, we've got more work to do on welfare. We need to reform it because...
If I may get to the question, there is a huge gap, is there not, between what you say and what the figures show today?
What we've done is started to reform welfare. But if you're asking me, are we done with reform of welfare?
I wasn't asking you.
Absolutely not.
Are you done?
We cannot leave the welfare system unchanged. And that's why, on top of what we've started already with the changes to universal credit, which we agreed earlier this year, the changes in the budget today, we've also got reviews underway by Alan Milburn about young people.
But the figures are there for us to see today.
That will set out how we reform welfare over the rest of this Parliament.
Fine, but you're not bringing the bill down. You're not cutting welfare spending at all. It's rising by £73 billion.
Well, but if I can just say on that, because we inherited a broken system.
You've already
said
that.
We started the process of reforming welfare, but we need to keep going, and that's why we're determined not to leave the welfare system unchanged.
Okay. You are freezing income tax thresholds and national insurance thresholds for 3 years from 2028. Why have you broken your manifesto promise for a second time on national insurance?
We haven't.
You have?
No, we stuck to our manifesto. Our manifesto said that we will keep taxes on working people as low as possible, and that's exactly what we've done.
No, it didn't. I'm sorry, I've got the wording from the manifesto. Labour will not increase taxes on working people, which is why we will not increase national insurance.
What does the sentence before that say?
I haven't got the sentence before
that. It says we will keep taxes on working people as low as possible, and that's exactly what we've done.
But hang on. And the sentence after that says, which is why we will not increase national insurance.
Yes, and we've kept to
Which
our
is what
promise.
you've done today.
No, we've kept to our promise today about not increasing the rates of
You didn't say the rates of national insurance. You did not say the rates of national insurance. Forgive me. You did not say we will not increase the rates of national insurance. You said we will not increase national insurance. By freezing the national insurance thresholds, more people drift up into paying more tax as inflation takes their wages up.
Look, and the Chancellor took that head on today when she delivered her budget speech. And
no, she didn't say I'm breaking a manifesto.
If I could just explain how she took it head on. She took it head on by saying we're asking everyone to make a contribution to the fiscal situation, but we are keeping the contribution from working people as low as possible, thanks to the other changes that we're making to the tax system, whether that's increasing the rate of income tax on income from property, dividends, shares, high-value homes, making the reforms to electric vehicle or gambling taxation.
But
all of those decisions
do you not think it's really
disrespectful
to voters to say we're not going to increase national insurance and then claim now that you haven't?
I think it's respectful to voters to be upfront about the decisions we're taking, which is exactly
be
what the Chancellor...
Yeah. So we've frozen national insurance thresholds, which we promised not to do. We're taking more in tax because we're making choices to spend it on X, Y, Z.
The decisions that we took today, what we set out today, was that we are asking everyone to make a contribution. This is not hidden away.
And in doing so, you're breaching
papers.
A manifesto promise.
No, we are saying to everyone that we want them to make a contribution. But that manifesto says that we will keep taxes on working people as low as possible. And that's exactly what we've done by taking fair and necessary decisions.
The Chancellor and the Prime Minister, the government used to say regularly that growth was your number one mission. Is it not anymore?
Growth is absolutely our number one mission. And in this budget,
but if it was, then you wouldn't have produced this budget.
This budget was accompanied with a forecast from the OBR, which showed that growth has been increased this year
but
from
not
1%
for the rest
to 1.5%.
And then downgraded for the rest of the
But
Parliament.
the reason why in latter years is because of the OBR's review of productivity under the 14 years of the Conservatives.
Okay.
And that's the reality that we face.
Okay, so I've looked at the OBR report, obviously. It says the budget does nothing for growth. In fact, when you look at the forecast, growth is down, productivity is down, the cost of UK borrowing is up, inflation is up, and real household disposable income is down compared to the forecast back in March. I mean, that is not a budget for growth.
If you look at what we put in the budget for growth, though, it's about supporting businesses to scale up, to stay in Britain, to have public investment alongside private investment, to make sure we're investing every part of the country. This is what a real plan for growth looks like,
Look,
about putting that investment in and making sure that businesses are supported to invest themselves and grow too.
I'm going to give you the jargon from the OBR. We have assessed that none of the policy measures in this budget have a sufficiently material impact to justify adjusting our post-measures potential output. Translated to English, that means there is nothing new in this budget for growth.
Look, the OBR have a threshold about reporting impacts on growth, but we're very clear that what we're doing in terms of giving those tax incentives for businesses to grow, in terms of encouraging businesses to stay here and to create jobs here, in terms of the public investment that we're putting into infrastructure across the country, in terms of everything we're doing to boost investment and growth in every part of the country, in every part of the UK, is crucial to getting growth up and making people across Britain better off.
Finally, do you think your boss is safe in her job as Chancellor after the budget today?
Well, she was safe before, but she's certainly safe after because she's doing a fantastic job. And look, she set out today a response to the challenges that we face, not ducking the challenges that we face, not saying, oh, it's too hard, we're going to kick the can down the road and pretend these problems don't exist, saying, this is what we've inherited, these are the decisions we're going to take, these are the values that are driving us, and we're going to make sure that we cut the cost of living, that we cut NHS waiting lists, and we cut government borrowing.
James Murray, thank you very much for talking to Newsnight.
Thank you.